Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. I found a very interesting website who claims to have data of World of Warcraft. I'm not sure how they got the data, but even Wowhead is actually trusting these guys. So I mean, if Wowhead trusts these guys, I think they are pretty clear. But these guys have data of all the Mythic dungeons and who has the most clear, which classes, which specs do we see the most in Mythic dungeons. And it's pretty interesting to see what classes are the most popular right now in the pre-patch. We're going to the website in a moment and I'm gonna tell you also about the website and give you a link in the description, but let's just look at some of the things from this website. So this website here shows, for example, this is the share of tank specs at each key level. So for example, you can see that at the plus 10 key, we have Death Knights, we have Demon Hunters, Druid, Brewmaster, Monks, Protection Paladin and Protection Warrior. As we can see in low key rank, we almost have 0 Druids and 0 Warriors and Monks. But the fun thing is when we get to plus 30 keys, it is pretty much a Monk dominating the whole thing and a bit of Demon Hunters. It's just fun to see how the spreading is in different key levels depending on which type of tank you are. So of course, as it looks right now, if you really want to be a plus 30 tank in you can say Mythic dungeons, you probably had to roll Warrior, Brewmaster or even Demon Hunter in this case. A slight small chance for also even Druids. Another fun one we have here is also the healers. Which healer do you see most in Mythic dungeons at the moment? This is a pre-patch, so of course things can be unbalanced. But the fun thing here is that we see in the start we have a lot of priests, and yeah, basically priestess is dominating a bit with the druid. But then in the high end we have 0 priestess but only paladins and druids and a bit of shamans. So it's just fun to see how all the healers are like spread here. And the monks, they are, I'm sorry monks, you don't belong here yet. Then we have the share of melee damage. So all the the melee damage without casting. And again, the fun thing is here, when we look at the start, it's actually really fair for everyone except shamans and hunters. But then in the end, it's basically only Death Knights and rogues. That's pretty fun. And for range damage, we start here where it's also a pretty okay close run with everyone except druids and warlocks. They are almost none there. But in the end, it is hunters, mages and warlocks who are dominating. That's pretty fun. You probably now ask, where do I have all this from? It comes from a website called benched.me. When you go to this website here, and you will find Bench Mythic at glance. And this guy here, he has data from the pre-patch, before pre-patch and pre-patch. And here you can see he has some pretty funny stuff. You can, for example, see here runs by spec and key level. So you can see like here, Beast Mastery, Frost. You can see this is the most run spec overall. So 32, 32, 32, 32, 31. But the one that I think is most fun is this one here. Runs by spec. So this one shows tank, protection paladins, so it's like the total run records. So it means the most people who actually plays this. So we can definitely see protection paladins is definitely the most popular one by 233,000 runs with protection paladin. Either there is just one protection paladin who plays a lot, or there is a lot of paladins. And then we have Demon Hunters with 150,000, but the Death Knights with 130, and Druids only have 83,000. Healers, pretty much Restoration Druid is dominating, then Shamans, Discipline Priest, and it's funny, even Discipline Priest is actually over Holy Priest. I normally see like Holy Priestess or something like that. Melee damage, we see most Havoc Demon Hunters, Unholy Death Knights, Retribution Paladins, Fury Warriors and Outlaw Rogues, and a bit Sublity Rogues. And range damage, it's a lot, basically Beastmaster is dominating. Beastmaster is really dominating this score. Then Frost Mages, Shadow Priest, and then we have all the rest. It's just so fun to see. I mean, I believe in this data, and I believe in this data, and it's just fun to see how different it is. I mean, so if you're a guy who really likes to play something that no one does, I mean, you can play Survival Hunter, then there's only like 6% of you, or you can play Demology Warlock, only 4% of you, or Holy Priest, that's no one, or Guardian Druid. I mean, then you can be this guy who is rare to be seen, but maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. Except he also have these data here. You have one for range DPS. That's actually the thing I showed you in the start of the video, where you can see what is the most share of tank spec at key level. So all the key levels, how many of each is there. But I kind of trust this guy with his data, because everyone can go to the World of Warcraft website and see the data. So he probably have some kind of a robot who just takes all the data. Or maybe he just clicks on each character in Armory and look at them. Then he also has this one here called Weekly Top 500. And it's one that shows each week. So you can see pre-patch begins here. So after pre-patch starts, we have like 20% warriors. This is tank, by the way. 20% warriors, 60% paladins, 21 brewmaster monks, 8% guardian druids, 27% demon hunters, and then only 8% blood death knight. And then we can see it's just fun to see how everything was like. You can see warriors has really been dominating since week 1, and then just how they dominating. And then the day the pre-patch goes live, no more Mr. Warrior. Then suddenly a lot of people is changing down to Vengeance Demon Hunter. It's just fun to see how the pre-patch has changed it totally. And it actually it only has data to week 41, but it's just still fun to see how it goes. He also has some questions. How frequently are data updated? The data is updated daily. Why did you make this website? I saw a mistake. Okay. Runs by key level. Oh, then you can see how many runs has been done. Only 6 runs has been done with 32 key. And this is pre-patch. And the most one is 15. Is that because 15 is the one that gives you best items? It probably is. Then I understand why everyone is running it. Oh, isn't it 10 that give you best items? I don't know. You can probably tell me in comments why is it 15. I actually don't know. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. This was the most popular specs in Mythic dungeons in World of Warcraft. So let me know in the comments, what do you play and which class spec are you planning to play in Shadowlands? Thanks for watching, have a nice evening, and see you in another video.